Niagara 124, your source for news, entertainment, food, and jibber jabber. Put in your thinking caps, buy a new car, and prepare for your debriefing on current events. This week on Niagara 124, there's lots of news going on, and I don't know how much of it we actually want to talk about. So maybe we'll just talk about other things. Like, I'm trying to find a new car. Yeah. I'm sure Bobby has stuff to talk about. Yes, much so. All this and more on 124. Guten Tag, everyone, on this fabulous Friday, October 6th, 2017. As always, I am Nico.
I'm Bobby.
And I am Unjo. Is this mic working?
It is working fine.
Yes, it is.
We have great show for you today. We will spend 900 years talking about Angela Merkel.
Great show.
Yeah.
Breaking news: AOL's discontinuing Instant Messenger. AIM.
No!
Why is AOL?
No, I'm not going to communicate with my people circa 2009 now!
How is AOL? Is my no?
It's working fine!
You sure?
Yes!
Okay. How is AOL still a thing?
Because I still use AOL email.
Yeah, I use AOL Mail too.
Why?
Yes!
Because I don't I have like 1,000 emails in there, and I don't feel like switching over to Gmail.
Yes,
I don't know how it
see?
works.
I just have a Roadrunner. That's what I do.
You have you have no say in the matter. You have a Roadrunner. I don't even I have a Roadrunner. I just don't use it.
Oh well. Now, sorry. Okay.
Stop adjusting the microphone.
I have to. It's not working for my face.
No, it's working perfectly fine with your face.
I need to get comfortable with it.
There is no comfort in radio, boy.
I thought
You
there
want
was.
comfort, watch television.
Share with Nikos.
Oh, so anyway, we forgot to talk about something last week. We really wanted to talk about. You remember that, Nico?
We forgot to talk about something. We were
You forgot about the pamphlets we found in
Oh no,
Galley.
No,
Yeah,
no,
folks,
We are not talking about. No.
So for those of you who don't know, folks, I was actually the one who discovered them. They were, and I kid you not, anarchist manifesto pamphlets scoured about. Well, there were 3 of them on a table in Galley.
There was hundreds. There was 3.
There was 3
manifestos of anarchist pamphlets saying that government's lame.
It's the end of the world. We're all going to die. They're going to kill us.
But
yeah.
let us just say it is quite troubling that this ridiculousness, like anarchism and communism, is getting so popular amongst certain segments of young people on college campuses and such, with the growth of, say, organizations like Antifa. It's very troubling.
You mean things that promise free stuff are really influencing them youngins who want free stuff?
Yeah,
No
that's
way.
a shock.
No way. Wow.
Wow.
That was like.
By the way,
who'da thunk it?
By the way, this studio completely condemns Antifa and thinks they are ridiculous. High five. High five. High five, Nico.
I mean, I'm not getting a brick thrown through the window, so I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, he's afraid of Antifa throwing a brick. I'm not.
afraid of everyone throwing a brick
I'm
through
not.
the window. I'm the general manager. I gotta pay for that window.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Joe fully condemns Antifa.
I fully condemn Antifa, yes.
So if you're gonna go after someone, go after Joe.
Come at me. I dare you.
Don't just not wait until he's out of the studio. Please don't break our windows.
We are not afraid of you.
We're afraid of your bricks.
You are not afraid of them.
You are not.
Bobby and I have been here a very long time. We have learned that we are terrified of everyone equally.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of myself.
We believe in equality of terror.
Equality of terror, ladies and gentlemen. So in let me try to think of. I got some new stuff for us.
No,
So in news today, you guys hear about the two separatist movements going on in the world today?
Nope.
Catalonia and
The Kurds.
Catalonia Junior.
Well, yes. We'll start with the Kurds because it's the most pressing issue. So for those of you who don't know, the Kurds in northern Iraq recently voted to become an independent state called Kurdistan. Now, the reason that there is such a kerfuffle over this
Again.
is because Kurds are an ethnicity, and there are Kurds in Iran and Turkey. And for those of you who don't know, Iran and Turkey don't treat Kurds in their country very well. So those Kurds want to join Iraqi Kurdistan. That's a problem because Turkey and Iran don't want parts of their land going to Kurdistan. And so Turkey, Iran, and a few other countries are about to gang up and attempt to beat Kurdistan. And really the only chance Kurdistan has of really long-term survival is us pledging our support, but we don't want to because we really like Turkey and we want them as a buffer for Russia. So it might end up that I hope the U.S. supports the Kurds. I really think we should, but it's a very difficult situation.
You heard it
Do you
here.
think the administration is going to be smart enough to...
You heard it here first, folks. Americans love turkey. Every day, turkey.
But I think it's very important for us to support. The Kurds are one of the few, they want to set up a secular government is what they want. And that is a rarity in the Middle East. If we can get like secular governments and not like religious theocracies, for example, like most of the governments in the Middle East, then that would be a big plus for us. Like, I can only think of a few actual secular countries that don't have a religion, like, forcibly manipulating the laws. I can think of only, like, one where, like, it's, like, a Western-style democracy, and that's Israel. But even Israel has its problems.
Did you just use it? So, yeah, and since you're talking about Kurdistan, do you know what that sounds like? The whole thing with Kurdistan?
What?
It sounds like Israel.
Yeah.
Like you're just talking about Israel.
Well, Israel for Kurds.
Israel for Kurds. That is like the worst. Like, that is like the brochure they hand you. Like, hey, why not Kurdistan? It's Israel for Kurds.
But I think
Like,
But I think it's very valuable to be supporting these secular governments like Israel and Kurdistan because they're such a rarity in the Middle East.
Can Kurdistan support itself?
That's the difficult question.
If it's not a self-sustaining country, it's going to be another one of those flash-in-the-pan moments and then destabilization.
Well, it's partially we need to, like Israel, we need to support and invest in them. That's the thing.
We'll keep giving money to Saudi Arabia for those guns.
Exactly! That's the problem!
Saudi Arabia.
Arabia, Saudi Arabia, come and we will stone you to death.
Hey!
What?
No!
What do you mean no?
Don't even go there.
I will go there.
Like, you want to talk about the fact that they try to pass off taquitos as a delicacy called beef cigars? I'm all for it.
Oh, but
You start talking
let's
about
ignore about the beheadings and the stonings.
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen.
No, we don't talk about that.
Sure. But
Today, on Niagara 124, we're going to have a positive show. We're only going to talk about
The
positive
next 50
things.
minutes, we're not going to talk about politics.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
next
I
50
got one
minutes,
more.
We're only going to talk about the happiest, most positive things we can think of.
Wait.
Like puppies and rainbows. Oh no, I mentioned rainbows. That's going to start some sort of discourse about the LGBTQIA community.
Because we can't win.
I was really talking about Westboro Baptist Church is going to throw a brick through our window because we said rainbow.
I thought like people were gonna get offended because we said rainbow.
Yeah, the Westboro Baptist Church.
Well,
Yeah, Westboro Baptist Church is
somebody will get offended. That's the thing.
I'm offended that you're offended.
I'm
People
offended that
need- people
Netflix is
need-
raising prices.
Yeah, Netflix is raising prices.
That's
See, this is-
ridiculous.
I don't
That
use
is ridiculous.
Netflix. I use VCRs.
I don't pay for Netflix.
I use
Netflix.
VCRs.
I use
I
Netflix.
use VHS tapes.
You're
You
a
also can't
hipster.
watch like 90% of the stuff that's on Netflix. Then Like what?
Well, I also have Amazon as well, so that balances out the lack that
Yeah,
Netflix
I have Amazon.
has.
Where is all this stuff that's on Netflix showing on TV? Like now? Like I don't.
Nowhere, but what am I going to
Nowhere.
watch on
but
Netflix?
What? Well, you
Like,
can
what
watch
is good on Netflix?
House of Cards,
Lame.
BoJack Horseman.
Lame.
No, those are great shows.
Lame.
BoJack Horseman is great.
Or I could just watch Rick and Morty, which is better.
I do barely watch Netflix because I don't watch anything.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a waste of money.
There's good stuff.
Then again, I don't pay for it.
I just go to the rental store and I buy all the DVDs in the rental store. I don't rent them. I just buy them. I have a huge back catalog. Like, you know, they're like, oh no, all the movies are leaving Netflix. I'm like, ha, you fools! I have that on DVD!
Yeah.
If there's something I want to watch that bad, I'll find a way to watch it.
Once again, I have Amazon and Netflix, so that balances each other out.
I feel like Amazon's
Amazon's kind
Prime
of
Video
better
doesn't
in my...
really have-
Yeah,
No,
actually-
Amazon is pretty bad.
like I have Prime Video too, and I don't.
But as far as like
useless.
content, because it has like The Man in the High Castle.
That's the only
it has-
good show on Prime.
It's got that.
But now, like, I have Hulu with Spotify too, so it's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
look
like-
at all these. What I do with all these video streaming things that I
Oh
don't
man,
use.
Yeah.
or I could just buy the new CD, man. Like,
No.
and it's a perfect segue to the fact. So I'm looking for a new truck or a car, a
Get that.
new sports utility vehicle.
Truck.
So, and I thought like I went over to Depew, and I was like, oh, they had a 2012 Cadillac XRX, and I'm like, yo, like this is gonna be it. I'm gonna drive a Cadillac. It's red, it's sporty, it's a Cadillac. I got in it, I hated it. Smashed my head against the side of it. The brake pedal, you couldn't even push down on the brake. It was terrible. I didn't like any of it. So then I started looking around. I'm like, well, what am I gonna get? And you know, it's like, well, you could get an Escape, and I'm like, I don't like Escapes. I mean, I just didn't like the wheel. It's all misconfigured. And right now I'm driving an 04 Ford Explorer, so that's, you know, my go-to is like an Explorer, but those are like 30 grand used, and it's like, no, that ain't fair. So I'm looking around, and then this morning I'm like, oh, I'll check out, there's this Chrysler 200C. It's an all-wheel drive car. I'm like, it'll handle the snow. I got in it, realized I don't like cars. I like being high off the ground so I can look down at everybody
You like being
going,
high on the
ha,
cars?
ha, ha. I like to be high on cars and looking at all the people down below being like, ha ha ha, you foolish mortals. So then I was like, oh, maybe, you know, get an SUV. So I looked at another crossover. I looked at a Toyota RAV4, and the gas pedal was the size of my pinky finger. And I'm like, I couldn't hit it with my boot. And I was like, oh, man. So then I'm trying to look at Explorers. And then I find an Explorer I like, but it's in Gettsville. And I have this show, and then I have a class. So Monday I'm going. There's this really nice, deep, like, emerald green colored one that's nice.
Yeah.
And then right below it for, like, 1,000 more is the blue one. And I always said, if they have that blue Explorer, I'd probably buy it, no questions asked. But it's like, oh, man, no, it doesn't have a touch screen. Oh, no, you can't connect your phone to it. And I'm like, I just wanted to have a CD player, and none of these cars have CD players anymore. How are you supposed to listen to music?
Aux cable.
Aux
Oh,
cable,
how do you
yeah.
get an aux? Let's say you have the new iPhone. Then how do you listen to music?
Don't use an iPhone.
I mean, like, it's like,
or don't use a Google Pixel 2 either, because they got rid of the headphone jack
They
on theirs
did,
too.
really?
Yeah.
That's
Google.
so
What the
dumb.
Google Pixel is just a direct ripoff of the iPhone.
Yeah, it is.
But
That's just
seriously
ridiculous.
though, I mean, what is like when I went into the Escape, and I don't mind the Escape, but the steering wheel has like 100 different buttons on the steering column, like the wheel. And you're like, oh, this controls like voice to text. This brews your coffee for you. I'm like, I just want a wheel that like I could turn it and the car turns.
Yeah, you have. I have ridden in Nico's car.
It's my
not
death
fun.
tank. My death
It is a
tank.
death tank. It is basically a
My
death
death tank, it is the best death tank that you will never find a finer death tank. But all the Ford Explorers now have third row seats in them. Like, that's automatic. So, like, the one I'm driving has third row seat, but all the new ones do too. So, if I get a new one and it has third row seats, like, we're just piling everyone into this car and going to a concert.
Wow,
We're just piling everybody in the car and just sitting there. We're not
Can we-
going
can
Yeah, we're not driving anywhere.
Can we choose the concert?
No.
We're not going to see Fish, boy.
I wasn't thinking Fish. I was thinking Dead and Company is going to be coming around.
No.
No.
Or
Or
we could all
Bob Dylan's coming to Shays.
Why would I want to go see Bob Dylan?
Oh, right. I forgot you hate him.
I don't hate him. I think he's overrated. There's a difference.
Hey, man's a great songwriter.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's done.
Yeah.
Everything's so great.
If you look deep into the lyrics, it's about...
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I could write great lyrics too, but if you're like, the entire time, I mean, no one's gonna know your lyrics are great.
Well, that's why people ended up covering it, because Dylan's not a good singer. That's something most people know, and he actually mostly got popular through his songs and people covering his songs and talking about how great his songs were and playing them.
Those people should be popular then.
Yeah.
They are.
Are they?
Yeah. Do you want me to name them?
No, I just keep picturing Tears for Fears covering Bowie.
Well, that was interesting. You showed.
That was literally just Bowie. I mean,
that was just Bowie, yeah.
It really was. It was weird.
But getting back on track after we got off on this tangent about cars.
Because they're cars.
Back on track to
I mean, Joe, you got a car, right?
$1
I have
margaritas.
a Buick Park Avenue.
He's got a Buick Park Avenue, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, 2000.
And he keeps telling me, "Oh, why don't you drive a Chevy?" And I'm like, "No, because I tried out the Chevys and they're lame. I'm a Ford guy." I know all the Chevy people are like, "I'd rather push a Chevy than drive a Ford," and I'd be like, "I'd rather know exactly when my car is gonna break." Like I got in this like spat because they're like, "Well, why don't you get a Jeep?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll drive it 4 feet and it'll explode." Because Jeeps are like, I looked up one Jeep, it was a Jeep Cherokee, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a really nice car." It was like loaded, like leather seats, touchscreen, everything. It looked, and like it was like in 3 years. It had a recall on the seat because the seat would just spontaneously collapse. It had a recall on the airbags that might just explode on you. It had a recall on the automatic transmission might just fail.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
that
I mean, at least the thing with a Ford, and I'm used to a Ford, but know what I like about a Ford? Like with other cars, same thing with like a GMC. There's an uncertainty. Like something might fail you. With a Ford, it will fail you. And you know, when you hit 100,000 miles, it's going to start making the clunk sound. When you hit 110, that light goes on. You can ignore it because it doesn't mean anything. It's just a Christmas tree light. You know, like I have like 7 different lights. Like the reason I need a new car is my car. Nothing extreme is lit up on my car yet, but there's some like the anti-lock brakes. The anti-lock brakes are not very happy with me right now.
It makes the put on the brakes and it's like skipping. It's like not fun.
Yeah, it does the kickback.
It does the kickback. Yeah.
I'm trying to explain this. How do I explain this to Bobby, who A, doesn't have a car and B, doesn't have a license?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, Bobby, when you play on the original Xbox and you have a Rumble
I don't have
controller.
the original Xbox.
Okay, you know when you play on... Have you ever used a Rumble controller?
Like a controller that like can vibrate? Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
one of those.
now imagine you had one of those on your feet the entire time you tried to hit the brake.
Yeah.
That is what my brake is like.
You could have just said, imagine your feet are vibrating when you're braking.
Because it's not vibrating, it's that shake rumble. There's a difference.
It's that Sir Rumble thing.
And it's actually the Xbox Rumble, and since you never used the original Xbox, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a PlayStation guy, so I know the vibration.
Yeah, but you don't know the Rumble controller from Xbox.
Okay, then.
You two are weird.
What? Oh, I'm sorry that I did not bow to Microsoft's plan with the PlayStation.
I'm sorry I didn't want to.
And I mean Microsoft plan with the Xbox. Xbox.
I bought the Xbox when the 360 came out, just because, you know.
Yeah.
I saw that they were making the original Xbox controllers.
They are?
Like they're reissuing them or something. Like,
why?
Wow. For the Xbox One.
That's interesting.
Wait, let me look it up.
Can we just remake the original Xbox?
No, can we give it backwards compatibility finally?
Thank you.
They've been adding a bunch of games like over the last months.
Yeah, but you have to use the interwebs. And
you have to use the interwebs. It's not like you can like take an old Xbox 360 disc and put it in.
I think that is how it works, though.
Is that?
I'm pretty sure. I think if you have the disc, you can put it in, and then you get a digital. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
Point is,
Bobby Xbox.
Like Sony and Microsoft have been very stingy about backwards compatibility.
What about
Sony, especially Sony? The PS4 can't play any PS3 games or PS2 games unless you buy it digitally.
Exactly.
Or PS1 games.
It's ridiculous.
What about the Nintendo? We don't care about you.
Hey, the Switch is pretty cool.
Old man Nintendo's just sitting there wondering what he's going to do.
Hey, how many times are we going to re-release the NES?
Yeah, that's basically, it's a dartboard. It's either remake
Listen.
old game, re-release old console.
Listen, the Switch is a great console. I like it.
I'm not
Is
really
it?
a Nintendo person.
It really
so I can't
is.
Tell you.
The new Mario game comes out in a few weeks. Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
it looks
Is it
really
better
fun.
than the Wii?
Oh, it's 1,000 times. It's better than the Wii. It's better than the Wii U.
How is it? Okay, the Wii U's trash.
I
Is it
heard
better
more-
than like. Can you do Wii bowling?
No.
No, you can't. So
But
I
why
mean,
would you want to do that
Because
now?
those were the best games.
Yeah, but
the entire
like,
reason you own a Wii was just so you could be like, well, you know, the saxophone riff from Baker Street played. You can like gutter ball
Right.
every single time.
Alright, it can't really be compared to the Wii, but the Wii and the Wii U, like the Wii U is basically just the same. The Wii U was like a transition between the Wii and the Switch.
It's
I
like
love-
a giant.
I
They
still
add a
love
giant
when the Wii
iPad.
came out and everyone kept throwing their remotes, so they had to put the straps on it. Like mine, and one time I had the strap and I was doing bowling, and like I spun it, and I actually ricocheted, like released from my hand, flipped back, and smacked me directly in the spine.
Ha!
And I got a strike that time, so you know.
Nice.
I was the best bowler
In
on
Wii bowling.
In
Like,
Wii bowling.
Man, going back and trying to play that now, it's like, wow, this is kind of sucks.
Bobby, do you remember the one time? I think you were there when we all went bowling in high school, and like I just like dropped
one
the
of the
ball,
1,000
and like
times?
it went like the one that where the ball just went like this slow, and it went to the end, and I got a strike because it like, and it was like this. It was like 20 minutes later, it finally reached the end, and all the pins fell down in slow motion, and you're like, wow.
Wow.
Everyone just lost, and it was because it was going so slow. Like everyone's reactions were just as slow. It was like that scene in Zootopia.
So,
Yeah, like,
getting back from that very long tangent. So the second separatist movement.
No! Why
are we talking about
Yes,
this?
No,
No,
I want
we're
to take
gonna
care of
talk
this.
about
I
it.
want to get this. I want to get this.
No.
Hold on. Let me talk.
You're bringing
Come
this
on,
off
come on.
completely irrelevant.
Let's get this. Let's get this out of the way, because you know. So for those of you who don't know, Catalonia is a section of Spain, which is like, you know, Barcelona. Barcelona is the capital city of Catalonia. Now, Catalonia as a region has been semi-autonomous for some years. Now, they wanted to hold a referendum to see if they would become independent. Now, technically, it's illegal to hold the referendum, but they went ahead and held it anyway. Now, you'd think the reaction would be to just let them have this not legal referendum, which wouldn't have them end up leaving anyway, and the prospects for them leaving isn't even guaranteed. Well, the Spanish government said, no, let's send police to raid the voting booths, beat up people, and steal the voting mechanisms. Great job, Spanish government. That's not going to further increase dissent in Catalonia.
So yeah, we bowling.
Yeah, I know, right? We bowling. The bet. I mean, can you still create me? Do you notice that?
You
like,
infuriate
okay,
me.
I'm sorry, but Bitmoji is just the new me.
Though they got rid of the Miiverse, didn't they? They were shutting it down, I thought.
Oh yeah.
But I actually don't think it's shut down yet. I think it's soon. I don't know.
I don't know. I never
They
used
don't have-
my Wii on the computer.
They don't have like the Mii's on the Switch. You can't really do the same. Well, they do have Mii's on the Switch, but it's not like Miiverse like it was on the Wii or like. I don't even know if that's what the thing was. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the Switch has Mii's,
Oh.
but not the same way. Like you can make your Mii and make it your avatar, and that's about it.
Oh, that's
Wow.
it's not as fun.
I find
Yeah.
it hilarious that I'm the only one willing to talk politics
Hey,
in this
no,
room.
because I'm not feeling. I mean, honestly, pick yourself up a copy of the
Niagara Wire.
because I got the front cover finally.
Finally.
Yeah,
My
saw that.
story's on the front
He
cover.
talks about the Niagara Hotel, and
I talk about lots of hotels in Niagara Falls, none in particular.
but hotels in general.
I talk about all sorts of things that Niagara University is doing for Niagara Falls, and nothing in particular.
and the era of Gatsby or something like
What?
that.
No, what? I mean, that's on the cover.
It's on the cover, yeah.
I don't know what it means.
Walking
You'll have
in the
to
area
pick
of
it up and read it
Walking
yourself.
in the era of Gatsby. What
Yeah.
era is that?
The Roaring 20s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing? How's that going? You got a time travel machine.
I wasn't walking.
Yeah.
You'll-
He has a TARDIS,
You'll have
Bobby.
to read the article, Bobby. You'll have to read the article and find out what it means and what words are.
We have a time machine in the
We
studio.
use words.
Ooh.
We use big words.
Big words.
Good big words.
Good big words.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
about
So-
them bills, eh?
Oh, well, number
Bills are number
number
one.
one. Bills are number one.
We are number one.
We are number one.
We are
Okay,
number
all
one.
right, come on, all Okay.
We're number 1 in the AFC East, number 3 in the entirety of the AFC, I believe. And the Jets are tied with the Patriots for number 2. The Jets.
The Jets.
The Jets are tied with the Pats.
This is just so good.
Do the Bills play this week?
Do they? I don't know.
Who do they play?
Who do they play?
They do, but who
Bobby,
They play the Bills.
Bobby, check this.
They play the Bills. They play themselves.
Bobby's researching
this. You do
this.
realize
Congratulations,
this
you played
is
yourself.
going to turn into, I think they said it might be 2011 or something. I think they said we don't want this to be a repeat of 2011, which I want to say is the year where Fitzpatrick was quarterback. We won 5 straight games and then lost every single game after.
They play the Bengals, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Can we beat Cincinnati?
I have a maybe. I don't know. I'm not a football expert. I always have hope, but we need
to beat everyone.
We need a resident football expert.
Where? Oh,
Ron's not here, so
no.
But why?
Because we talk about sports ball.
Man, how about...
Oh, man.
I know not of the sports
ball.
How
about their...
Rocket League.
How about them their Buffalo sports balls? Yeah.
How about them Sockers?
Did you see they're selling tickets to the Sabres? The NPR or News Guy or someone like ticket to Sabres game, but they use the Buffa Slug logo.
What is that?
They used the Buffa Slug logo.
They use the Bills logo?
No, the Buffa Slug.
What's the Buffa Slug?
Oh. Either I'm old or neither of you know. I mean, I don't know anything about sports, but I know about the Buffa Slug.
What is a Buffa Slug?
Oh, I know what it is. I don't know. I didn't know it was called the Buffa Slug.
Yeah,
what the heck is that?
Buffa Slug.
It's the.
Show me.
Hold on.
The Buffa Slug. There was the Demon Goat, the Buffa Slug, and then the good logo.
Oh, you mean the old Sabres logo?
It's called the Buffa Slug. The old Sabres logo is the one we're using now.
Yeah, like from the 70s.
The original Sabres logo from like the 70s. Then we changed our colors to black and red for some reason in the 90s and created the Demon Goat.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on
Totes
in the Sabres with like Totes McGoats on their front. And and then we created the Buffa Slug, which is considered one of the worst logos in history, and yet is my favorite because we were winning when we had the Buffa Slug.
So maybe its curse was needed.
Yes. Bring back the Buffa Slug. Bring back the Buffa Slug.
I actually like the old Sabre 70s logo, actually.
No, bring back the Buffa Slug.
No, I like the old one.
No, everything should be Buffa Slug.
No.
The Summit Park Mall was still open when we had the Buffa Slug. Bring back the Buffa Slug.
Speaking of the Summit Park
Toys
Mall,
R Us shutting down.
Nico had
what?
me. Nico had
I
me.
heard Toys R Us.
What? Where are you hearing this? Who told you this? Because they're wrong.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Oh no, you're talking about their Bobby. Do you know who you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
So you know that that's not true.
I don't know. I didn't know like what it was. I just heard it.
Okay, because everyone's saying Toys R Us went bankrupt. Toys R Us filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but they're not closing anything. Basically, they just need to restructure their debt because of a leveraged buyout that happened over 10 years ago that basically put them in debt and they couldn't get out of it. So,
yay, crippling debt.
It had nothing to do with their own issues or anything. It just had to do with the way in which it was purchased 10 years ago.
Wow.
Toys R Us recalls nearly 30,000 infant wiggle balls for choking hazard.
Yes, because
kids will put anything in their mouth.
There was one. They had to recall some food things because the plastic that was holding the logo on might appeal a little bit, and the child might eat it.
Yeah, that's an issue.
My favorite one was the Bumble seats. Like it would be like, we have to recall Bumble seats because you were putting them on top of a table and putting your child on top of this plastic seat on a table, and then the child would basically fall off the table because you were not, because you put a chair on top of a table.
So,
not a good thing.
Thanks for giving me misinformation.
Yeah.
My parents.
Who told you this?
My parents.
Well, like, I was going to talk about this 2 weeks ago, and then we were ranting about something
everybody
else.
Get a fan. Everybody get a fan.
Wait, I was just
I've gone
Get
on
out,
a very
Bobby.
severe rant about this.
Everybody get your fans out. Get your fan out, Bobby. get it open.
Can we talk about Applebee's? And
Wait,
it's
we have to have
$1.
this motif.
Wait, what's going on
It's
with
a
$1
motif.
margaritas, so people still know that they're a bar and not just like a crappy restaurant.
Wait, they're not a crappy restaurant? I thought they were a crappy
They're
restaurant.
a bar?
I've got this headline here. It's on Not the Onion. I just
It's not the Onion?
Applebee's offering $1 margaritas
true.
in October to remind people it's also a bar.
I mean, it's true.
I didn't know it.
true.
I actually didn't know Applebee's was a bar. I thought it was a restaurant.
It is, but
It's
they
got
also
bars.
yeah.
Almost every restaurant has bars.
I thought it was just a crappy chain place.
$1 margaritas.
$1 margaritas.
$1 microwaved margaritas.
Microwave margarita.
Just throws it out microwave. Here's your margarita.
Do you even know what a margarita? You guys know how to make a margarita. I don't know if Joe does.
I
haven't
do not.
made a margarita. I don't.
Do you even know what a margarita is, Joe?
Yes, I know what a margarita is.
What is a
Nico.
margarita, Joe?
Margarita is like an iced, like they got salt on the rim. It's like made of like a slush, like it's like a cold drink. And it's got like normally it's like lemon and lime flavored, and it's like
normally.
Is
it?
I've never had one.
It's
so I can't tell you.
it's tequila.
It's tequila. It's basically tequila.
It's terrible.
It's what people drink when
I had
they
one
go
at a wedding the other day, and the person who made it was like, "Oh, I just garnished it differently. They put cherries in it instead of lime.
Cracking
It was
open.
like it was bad."
Cracking open a cold margarita with the.
It's very popular with people who want to feel like they're drinking something tropical but aren't as adventurous to try actual tropical like drinks, so they just want to try a margarita.
Oh, we're playing a song
All right, hit
We're gonna
margarita
play
bell.
it. I'm
at the
doing-
end. At the
do
end
the
of the
margarita
show.
bell.
I'm just gonna put it in at the end of the show.
Because of course we must pay homage to Jimmy Buffett and the Parrotheads. I've sang that song a few times with my group.
Really?
Yeah, we played it once.
How was that a couple of times?
Well,
I
we
sang that-
practiced
I
it so
sang that
many.
a couple of
We
times.
practiced it a couple of times, but we played it publicly only once.
Have you ever sang Red Solo Cup?
We've never sang Red. I hate that song.
Red Solo Cup.
Did you see they found
I
the?
fill you up.
I'm just popping out random like stuff here.
Give me it. Give me it.
They,
Oh,
they
the
found
ancient
they
tombs.
found Santa's tomb.
What?
Warning: Santa found dead.
Santa's corpse
Hey,
found
kids,
buried.
Santa's dead.
Santa's
Grandma
dead.
got ran over by a reindeer.
Everything we told you was a lie.
See, this is why I was playing Christmas music this week. It's Halloween related. Told you, Joe.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Nightmare.
No,
Before
it's not.
Christmas.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes. No, we got to sing Nightmare Before
It's
Christmas.
Christmas.
Here we go. Right, Halloween comes first, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas.
No, it goes spooky Christmas, turkey Christmas, birthday Christmas,
Valentine's
Christmas.
Um,
New,
And then the slow collapse of society into a new year.
new Christmas year.
Halloween's fun though. Well, not for going out and getting candy, but like for all the weird stuff you can get up to on Halloween.
I know what
Joe,
the best
what?
Halloween. No,
All-
the
all
best,
the occult
the best thing
rituals.
is like the 2 days after Halloween when Spirit has 50% off.
Or like everywhere else.
and the cheap candy.
like
Gotta love the
candy, yeah.
cheap candy.
I don't eat a lot of candy, so it's meh.
Eh.
The best thing after Halloween is Shawfest, where we get to play we get to play Christmas music and wear fezzes and worship the glowing power sheep.
I would like a fez, please, for Shawfest.
Okay, we'll see if we can get you a I think it's pronounced Shawfest because it's German.
Just get me a fez and I'll be happy.
You would.
I walk around with that fez all day.
I mean, he is very white, so
No, I love that. It's a cool hat.
the fez.
Yeah.
Fezzes are cool.
Fezzes are
FDA warns bakery company love is not an ingredient in granola.
Love is a lie.
Really?
Santa's dead and love is a lie.
Really? Love is not an ingredient. Like, why are you so pedantic?
Because it must be pedantic. Must be.
Oh, did you hear about Chipotle's new queso and how it's awful? And
I
terrible?
had it. It was terrible.
Pretty
Everyone-
queso.
It's gritty
not
and-
good.
And like their initial response was like, "Well, because it's natural, we can't use chemicals to make real queso. The thinness and blah." I'm like, in the meantime, Mose is just sitting here like, "Hey, you want some queso? You want some real queso?"
We
And
got
then,
that.
and then Mose becomes the #1 Tex-Mex chain in the United
Man,
States.
I thought you said Moses.
Moses.
Whoa.
Moses.
Mose is like, "I will part this really bad red queso. It will be parted."
I will be potted, and now I will pot the sour cream from the cheese, just how you like it.
All right, that's.
Oh man, there's just.
Man, I don't know what's happening anymore.
The 12th commandment is do not put E. coli in the
What's
food.
the 11th commandment?
We don't talk about that.
I said the 10th.
You said the
What?
12th.
I said the 10th.
You said the 12.
There's 10 commandments
I
already.
said the 10th.
He said 12.
Oh, no, 12th. Yeah, 12th, because
Play
we're
the-
adding more.
Play the tape back.
Don't. My
Someone
brain
rewind
is
the VHS tape.
my brain is fried. Also, your dumb hipster VHS stuff.
It's not hipster if we never stopped using it.
It's still.
I
Why
mean,
don't
most
use
of
a
us do.
DVD? Use a DVD.
I use a DVD. You can't record on DVD. Okay, let me explain something to you for you technology impaired people. Remember when DVD recording came out? Of course not, because you're both too young to even know what that is. That's right. I'm gonna lay all this snark at you, snarkasm, as they say.
Yeah.
Basically, when digital came out and the huge digital revolution happened in 2007, and we switched from analog to digital signal. You cannot record things on DVD. It will say, error, copyrighted material, and kick it out and refuse to tape it.
I wasn't saying record on DVD.
However-
I'm saying record it on get a DVR.
Yeah,
Get
and then
DVR.
guess what happens with DVR? Okay, yeah, you have a DVR. And then what happens when your DVR is full? What, do you buy another DVR?
No.
You
See, with tapes,
you can also watch a majority things like on demand on the internet.
no.
Yeah, there's on demand.
No, you can't.
I
Because if
I
you
do.
go on those, do you have Time Warner
can.
Cable? Do you use Spectrum?
Yeah.
We have no
Okay,
choice to
like,
use.
You could do it on Spectrum, but either you have to wait a week, or there's clauses, or there's all these things. And like,
I
you wanna
watch stuff live through Spectrum,
You could watch it live, but let's say you don't want to watch it live. You want to watch it on delay.
and you can all.
Why
I'm
would
pretty sure
you?
you can.
No, there's.
I don't think you have to wait a week.
Sometimes no. Rick and Morty, you had to wait a week.
Rick and Morty you can watch on Adult Swim like the
They
day
do
after it's up.
reruns.
Yeah.
No, online. You can watch I watched it. I missed 1 week and I watched it the day after it was up online.
I watched the finale on bootleg on Dailymotion.
Oh my gosh.
I have
That
not seen
finale
that yet.
though.
I haven't seen it
It
yet.
I didn't think season 3 was as good as season 2.
No.
Because
No.
they
that
got rid
finale really botched it that
they
bad.
got rid of the overarching story. Like in the first episode of season 3, they had the whole thing going on like, oh man, this is gonna keep going from season 2, and then no episode in season 3 continued the story whatsoever.
They did that
I
on
don't think-
purpose.
Except-
yeah, I think they did that on
Except
purpose.
one, the Citadel one, kinda with
Yeah.
the ending.
I think
but-
they did that on purpose.
because they're just evil.
And now we gotta wait like another 2 years.
Too bad.
Another like 30 days. I'll probably be an old.
I'll probably have a beard.
Grandchildren.
In 2 years, I'll be graduating here, and you two will be doing God knows what.
Well, yeah, don't talk about that. But I'm telling you, and it's not that it's better. Like, there's nothing great about VHS tape. But there's something just, like, simplistic about setting your VCR to record some show at some time.
You're given
and
the
then
same art-
watching it back on your CRT television from 2003.
I don't have either
I
of
don't
those.
have, I don't have a flat screen TV. I have a giant box television with a VCR. So you get to see the scan lines go. All of a sudden, if it's a bump tape, it'll be like,
Man.
through the tape. It's great.
Hipster.
Have a I don't want to like get completely off topic, but Joe, like, have you heard of Cuphead?
Oh,
What is
God.
that?
Oh,
What-
man.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on, wait.
Hold on, no. Before we get into this controversy, I just want to say, Cuphead. Are we talking about the Cuphead controversy? Because I get to talk.
I'm talking about the game.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the controversy
There's a
around
controversy?
They tried to bring back Gamergate and stuff. It was ridiculous.
I'm
and
not familiar with that. It's a
Gamergate.
cool game.
What is this? Season 1, Episode 1 of Niagara
Hey,
124?
wait, listen
on
though. So
YouTube.
Cuphead is a game that just came out. It's been in development for quite a long time, like 5 to 7 years. Like the
5 to
developers
7 years.
quit their jobs, like remortgaged their houses, did all this stuff. They like hand animated every single thing in this game.
I saw it. It looks awesome.
It's like a 1930s style cartoon animation with like I don't even know how to describe it, but you would like the style of it. But
I've seen it.
Yeah,
it's-
I've seen it.
It's really fun and it's really hard
It is. I've seen
don't
it.
like
It looks.
and
video
it's
games,
really
so-
charming.
It looks really cool, and I really like it. I was just distracted by the whole kerfuffle that ended up because Gamergate came back with a vengeance, and I had to fight back against the SJW horde again. I remember
Dude,
that.
Chill out, man.
I was on the front lines of the culture wars.
Dude, chill out, man. I thought you were a hippie. I thought you were all for that kind of stuff.
No,
man.
no.
But you listen to the Grateful Dead and Fish, man.
I think we've had this conversation. Just because I listen to jam bands does not make me a hippie.
I'm pretty sure it does.
No, it doesn't.
Pretty sure you listen to all the hippie music, man.
Hey, if we were going by that logic, all the 80s synth pop you listen to, I'm wondering how much cocaine you're keeping in your pocket.
What? No. I'm the David Bowie of David Bowie.
So you got thin via hot peppers and cocaine?
Ooh.
Because he lived off hot peppers and for a year.
Yeah, I know, because he was Bowie. Ashes to ashes,
Is funk to funky. We all know Major Tom's a junkie.
Bobby doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't.
He's not as cool as us.
We get it.
We're the cool kids.
We are very much so.
We are the coolest kids.
Right.
We are the best show on this station.
Best show, Adventure Squad.
Best show.
Adventure Squad.
Not cop. No, we didn't take
We
it
didn't.
from anywhere else.
What? That didn't happen, Bobby. That didn't happen. No. Ay.
So now what? We still got 20 minutes.
Well,
19
seeing as you
minutes.
brushed off my earlier attempts to
Wii
talk,
bowling.
so about
Wii
that
bowling.
thing.
Yeah, Wii bowling is. Oh man. Yo, Wii bowling.
Man,
You don't want to talk about the big
man.
thing?
Yo, remember when they tried to bring back like SimCity and they brought it back in
It
Wii?
was dumb.
How
It
about
was
that?
dumb.
Like I once, literally, someone insulted me and said that there wasn't enough water and electricity, even though they were right next to the power
Wait, in
plant.
the new
so I
SimCity?
burned it down.
The
no,
new-
the one
or the
from
old-
the Wii.
Oh, it was Wii SimCity. What?
Wii
They made a
SimCity?
SimCity on the
Yeah,
Wii.
What?
SimCity creator.
Oh,
But like they yelled at me, they're like, "There's not enough water. There's not enough schools." And like they were surrounded on all sides by 4 schools. So I burnt down that entire district.
there's a really good like city management game on Steam that's like 1,000 times better than SimCity. It's called Cities Skylines.
Oh,
Super
I've heard
good,
of that.
super good like
How much
city
does
management.
it cost?
It's probably really cheap now. Like you can get it for like $15 maybe.
How is that cheap?
Well, as opposed to like I actually don't remember what it launched for, but it's probably less than that. Probably
I
10.
want to play stuff for free.
Ooh, well,
You are-
capitalism.
I believe in the communist ideal of everyone else should have to pay for it and I should get it for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a true millennial.
How about that? How about that Ruby Volume 5 next Saturday?
No.
I haven't
It's
watched.
gonna-
I haven't watched Ruby in a while.
I swear it's just gonna get worse and worse as time
You didn't
goes
like
on.
Volume 4?
It was okay.
I thought it's getting better.
I think it's kind of losing its point.
Well, it's definitely, I mean, if Monty were still like able to work on it, it would definitely be going in a different direction. I think.
I think like a very different direction.
But,
I feel like it's just like everyone. I didn't watch Ruby to talk about deep, meaningful relationships. I watched Ruby to watch, like, Little Red Riding Hood fighting a giant bear.
I think character development is important, though.
Character development is never important. Character development has ruined every show.
No, I think it's actually
The My Little
benefit.
Pony movie came out today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
that looks.
Burn it!
No, keep the bronies away.
Man, you know what else came out today? Blade Runner.
Burn that too!
Okay,
Why?
here's the thing.
No,
The
why
original
was
one
yesterday.
was terrible.
No, the original one was great.
Garbage.
The original
Everywhere.
one, the original one influenced so many other
I
sci-fi
still,
directors
Okay,
and artists.
visually, great. The story, dumpster fire.
The story was good.
It's so slow of a movie.
But that's the point.
I don't want to watch a slow movie.
It's trying to ask you, what does it mean to be human?
I
It's
enjoy-
almost as bad as Valerian. Almost.
I enjoy movies that take the time with their stories and don't rush things.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
just me.
Oh man, Pirates of the Caribbean 5's out on Blu-ray.
Man, I
Okay.
didn't see that because it
actually-
looked like it was terrible.
it's actually
It-
pretty good. It's actually pretty
It
good.
Well, the reviews
hasn't
weren't-
been good since the first movie.
It's an homage to the first movie. There's lots of fan service in it,
Oh no.
but it's actually pretty good.
I gave up when what was the movie with Blackbeard showing up? That just
That
made
was
That's the
4.
fourth one.
That made me
you
give
gave
up.
up on like. There's only one more you gotta see.
No, because here's the thing. I
Not
loved
unless they
the
make
first
more.
movie. I watched the second movie, thought it was all right. The third movie, I just went bleh, and the fourth movie made me want to go
The
away.
fourth movie's better than the third movie. The third movie's a dumpster fire.
But the fourth movie is, oh yeah, Blackbeard shows up. Sure,
that
it's
was
not
lame, but the mermaids were cool.
Yeah, the mermaids were cool, but Blackbeard just the historian in me is having an aneurysm.
You've seen it, right?
I've seen
I
it.
mean, what
yes.
about when like the Spanish Open, England's just like, this land is claimed the name, and then the Spanish just shoot them.
Spanish just shoot them.
They don't care. As we've learned historically, the Spanish don't care what land you claim is yours.
They will kill you over that. Yes.
It doesn't care if you think you own Catalonia. You don't.
No, they'll send in the troops. But really,
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
good transition. What is your opinion on that Catalonia separatism?
What?
Hey,
I don't.
What is your opinion? Come on, tell me.
Wii bowling again? Wow. I can't
Yeah,
believe it.
wow, look at that Wii bowling.
No, come on. This was a perfect transition.
I think they should figure out whether it should be independent on one game of Wii bowling.
On one game. So, like, the
that-
Spanish government sends a representative.
Yes.
Catalonians send a representative.
Yes.
And they play Wii bowling.
They play one round of Wii bowling, and the winner decides what happens.
Did
That seems a bit ridiculous.
It seems like that is how all problems should be solved. One round of Wii bowling.
So, say, Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Wii
One
bowling.
round of Wii bowling.
One round of Wii bowling.
North Korea, nuclear missiles. One round of Wii bowling.
Tibet and China. One round of Wii bowling.
2 rounds of Wii bowling. That's pretty complicated.
Oh.
did anybody go see it?
No.
No, but it's terrible.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
really worse than the
Ron went
first.
to go see it.
Worse?
And Ron's like, it was boring.
What? It's
A
got
lot of people are like, it's very meh.
Is it worse than
like amazing like reviews.
Yeah, most
Is it
people
worse
said it's
than-
actually really meh.
Is it worse than the Tim Curry version?
Nothing.
The Tim
worse
Curry
than
version was
Tim
funny.
Well, that's the only other version.
They said that no one really knows what it's trying to be,
What?
Well, I mean,
and
the
it's getting a
it's-
sequel.
The
It's
Tim
just-
Curry version
it's
knew
the
what
hy-
it wanted to be. It
it
wanted to
just
be
crossed-
stupid.
Guys.
It just crossed The Sixth Sense to become the highest grossing horror film of all time.
Well,
Oh,
guys,
that is dumb.
guys, there's only one thing that matters. Avatar used the papyrus font. Avatar used the papyrus font for their logo.
What?
Did you not see? It was a Ryan Gosling skit on SNL this
Oh,
week.
I don't watch this.
And it went viral because they pointed out like the guy who created Papyrus had to come out and like justify the font Papyrus because the Avatar, like the logo for the movie Avatar, used the Papyrus font. Like he just went in and clicked Papyrus.
Ron thought I'm still like confused that Ron thought it was a terrible movie.
I haven't seen
The
it yet, so I
criticism
can't.
for is amazing. Like it's gotten so many good reviews.
Yeah, but shouldn't that be a bit suspicious? I mean,
Yeah,
if
no,
people
but-
are saying that it's bad and it's getting good
If
reviews,
people are saying it's a good movie, then
it's the
getting
same
good
thing that
reviews.
blew out of the water. It's the same thing with like video game journalism showing that they were biased in their reviews. This could be a biased review.
I still have to go see it. Like I've
Hey,
wanted to see it.
I got one
but-
for you. I got one for you. When the Emoji Movie had a 2% on Rotten
Man,
Tomatoes.
the Emoji Movie,
Oh.
worst movie of all time. Didn't see it.
I
Still know
saw
its scores.
I hate everything. Did a review of it, and he
hate
summed up everything wrong with this movie. He literally predicted the plot before he saw the movie.
Everyone
literally.
predicted the plot before they saw the movie. It's a direct ripoff of Inside Out, basically.
Wait, how? It's emojis.
Oh, it's about what if the emojis inside of your phone had a personality of their own?
Okay,
And what if in
okay.
an attempt to try to leave their phone? Basically, it's Wreck-It Ralph meets Inside Out.
Yeah, but
And
with
basically-
none of the talent and character and good
And
stuff.
T.J. Miller.
So here's what I figured out from the trailer. There's this teenage boy who looks like the teenage boy in Inside Out, spoiler. And he has a phone. And the one emoji is supposed to do exactly what he's told. But he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to be that emoji. So
wants to
he
be a
gets
different
banished
emoji.
he gets banished away to the other emojis and he goes on a wild adventure. But because he's not the emoji and all sorts of things go crazy in the phone and it causes the boy endless amounts of strife with his relations.
And he
Does
has
he
an
get-
unfunny comedic best friend
Yeah,
and a
so
girl who's going to be
basically
the
it is-
love interest.
It is literally Inside Out with Wreck-It Ralph
Where
as the
does
lead.
where does he get banished away to? Like where the eggplant and banana emojis went? Or
Yes, actually, yes.
Yes. Also, It's really dumb.
And
Did I mention
there's
that?
There's a edgy skater chick emoji, which is not an actual emoji. Like, that emoji doesn't exist. Like, they just created an emoji for this film.
Dumb. It's dumb, 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 dumb,
Man,
dumb.
a completely objective movie reviews. Like,
It's really bad.
Know what else is bad?
What?
Bad people.
Yeah.
Bad people are bad.
Bad people are bad. You
Good
want to talk about that thing?
Bad people are bad and good people are good, and there is no in between.
You really want to talk about that thing?
what thing?
What thing?
What thing?
What thing?
I think you know.
Well, no, I don't.
We boxing?
No.
Yeah, oh man! Yes, that game was the best! Because you could punch people and not get hit in the face.
I remember doing Wii boxing. When I
remember when we WWE'd the studio a couple days ago and knocked
yes! We were planning to do that today.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do that today.
No, we're not.
Because it would be too much of a...
I didn't bring the championship belt, so no, we're not.
We'll bring that... Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Soon there will be a no-holds-barred grudge match between me and Nico right here in the studio.
There's been a no-holds-barred grudge match.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know...
We took out half of the thing
we destroyed half the board.
Well, Tarts Caribbean music played in the background.
We just beat we beat each other up, and we were using British accents.
Yeah, we didn't really beat each other up.
We hugged.
Yeah, it was mainly... There was a sheet around us, and we hugged. It was actually really...
So...
It could be mistaken for something else. That was weird.
Did you see that, BlazBlue is making like a fighting game with Ruby and Persona characters.
BlazBlue!
Like, there's gonna be a fighting game with Ruby characters in it, but also Persona characters.
That sounds like it might be good.
And,
Sounds like a terrible idea. That's like just fan service.
It's a
Fan service the video game.
Yeah.
Who would want to play fan service the video game? Oh wait.
A lot of people who are certain hardcore fans. I'm not sure if the term weeb is correct to use.
Weebs.
Weebs.
Hey Bobby, do you still have Ruby from senior year?
Like the one we drew?
Yeah. You still have that? Oh
Yeah.
man, that was the good old days.
Yes.
It was back when Ruby was good.
For those of you
It was back when I literally just threw paint all over the place and had a crazy moment in that was the good old days.
That's lovely.
I think their homecomings this week.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well-
because they were showing photos of their Powder Puff game. But they
Oh,
don't
right.
they are not as crazy as we used to be. Like they just walk out to Powder, like there's no flags and war medals and like
No, because they didn't have.
they didn't have me.
Yeah, they didn't have you.
Like I came out in like the junior year was full king attire and senior year was full warrior face mask
Yeah,
flag 700 war medals.
I don't want to go back to
walking out to the Halo
like-
theme.
I like it better now.
Oh God.
I don't want to go back to that. I don't want
I
anything to do with
wouldn't-
that.
Those were the only good moments, and that like there was. I don't
want to go back to that.
Like, no one wants to
No.
go back to high school.
Nobody wants to go back to high
Unless
school.
you're a football player, and we didn't have those.
High school is like I think the worst for everybody. Or most people.
A lot of people don't want to leave college, and then I'm sitting here like, yeah.
I could take it or leave. I like it here,
Like,
but
I like it.
I'd like to have a place where I could live by myself and not have to live with my parents.
I like to know what I'm doing and not be confused when I don't have anything left to do.
Yeah, I'd like to move out of my parents'
I
house,
get-
get out of this area, and just
Liar!
go somewhere. I
You will
want.
stay here forever.
No!
You will never leave.
I must leave.
Never.
No!
Never.
Where are you
Is
standing
that
with
toothpick?
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt. Oh no, the assault. Oh God, the
No,
pain.
it's the
Ow.
reflex test. You gotta kick your knee out. Like, you gotta kick your
No,
leg.
it's got to be hanging. That's it. No, you missed. There you go. There. Yep.
See, Nico's a doctor. He got his PhD like 20 seconds ago.
I
so-
did. Trust me.
Yeah, my
Don't know.
sister is gonna have to take 10 years of medical, but no, you just had to do it by hitting my knee.
Yeah. Here we go.
Wait, it's gotta. Ow, there. Okay. Ow. Okay. Ow.
All right.
Not
What's-
He
just
said,
that
"Ow." He has reflexes.
Not that close. It's getting
I
too
don't
close.
know what's happening anymore. I'm scared.
He's wearing a Nirvana shirt because he's so edgy.
No,
Star
I love
Wars.
Nirvana.
What about?
Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original.
Oh, please be good. Please be good. Please.
They implemented the multiplayer on Steam, so you can play the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 64 players on Steam multiplayer.
Oh man.
Yes. Yes!
But also, the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 has an open beta weekend going on this weekend.
Okay,
so.
okay, so please tell me Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be good. Because Star Wars Battlefront 1 was not that good on the multiplayer end.
Yeah, people playing it, I've read a little bit, like, they say it's, you know, it's, like, they like it better than the first one so far, but we're just gonna have to wait to see when it comes out.
The
Yeah,
best Star Wars Battlefront is the original Star Wars Battlefront.
No, Star Wars Battlefront, the original
2.
Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
No,
I played the original
Star Wars Battlefront where you just jump into a spaceship and die.
I remember I played the original Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
On my old
Battlefront 2.
On my old PlayStation 2, I used to play it when I was
Did you use
young.
the cheat codes?
No.
When I learned of the unlimited ammo and you cannot die cheat codes, like the best thing is I actually will like fly the plane. So let's say you're
and kamikaze.
No. Here's what you do. Okay, so let's say you have to play as the Republic.
Yeah.
And as a clone trooper.
Yeah.
And you get one of those small planes, like the Anakin plane.
Yeah.
And you fly just halfway through the hangar, and you get out. And then what you do is you walk down, and since you have invincibility and you can't die,
Yeah.
you walk around the ship. And when the Acclimator assault ship comes by, you jump onto the Acclimator, and it's like, and then you can walk around the fighter ship, the frigate, until someone blows it up, and then you just fall endlessly because you can't die. And I've done it so many times. It's my favorite thing to do.
That sounds like it would break the game.
It doesn't.
Well, that's, I mean...
It's the best. Unlimited ammo.
Cheat codes do break the game.
That's what it makes it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to die.
Nobody does.
Or the best one would always be just how many of your own troops could you kill?
Oh my god.
Nah, mine would be...
Always.
A running joke used to be how many plane suicide bombings we could do in the hangar.
You can never make it through the... You'd have to... Actually, what I used to do is... So you know when the shields are down?
Yeah?
Like, if you're one of the guys with the arc welder...
Yeah.
You can go down to the shield and just you sit there for about 5 minutes and weld the shield back up.
Yeah.
So I would just continue, and then I would weld the shield back up. I'd turn around and start walking away, and they'd knock the shield out again, and I'd be like, oh no.
Oh no.
Like we'd lose because I couldn't be in a fighter plane. I just couldn't.
But yeah, like, man,
That's fun time.
Or you'd go into theirs and you just blow up their shield.
Yeah.
64 players. New Battlefront 2 can only have 40, I think.
Woo!
Versus 20.
Or you go and then you just, like, when you die in game, you just don't hit respawn and you just sit there watching the load screen until the game ends. Because you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. It's very boring.
It seems like it would be.
It's like, I used to do, like, campaign and just see, how long can you survive by cowering in the corner? The truth is, very long time, as long as no Jedi show up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got a huge backlog of stuff that I need to play through. Because, I don't...
Man, I got enough time over this. Over this break, I got some time.
Wrestling League when I created us all in
WWE?
versus Raw?
Yeah, he showed me the
I showed
YouTube.
Joe that.
Listen, the WWE games are still, like, amazing with the character creation. Like,
Yeah.
the newer
Oh,
ones
yeah.
especially, like, oh my gosh, you can make so many weird things.
I remember I played, like, SmackDown versus Raw. I think it was 2000 and... I think it was 06 or 07.
Oh,
It was
man,
probably the
yeah.
best one I've ever played.
09 had the best character creator.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, the newer ones have, like... they've
Yeah,
gotten,
well,
like,
I
more
mean-
complex
I'm sure
ones
they
too.
do.
Like,
If they're less cartoony. The older games, you could have the most ludicrous
well,
things
you
happen.
can do that. You can
Oh no,
definitely
you
do
really,
that in the new
they're
ones.
way
yeah.
more cartoony now.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Like,
can.
realism went out the window.
You can like. I don't. It's really weird. Like
It is.
watch one of the Achievement Hunter
Oh man.
WWE
Yeah.
Let's Plays because they just make so many weird things and it's great.
I remember what I used to watch two best friends play, and they'd play those games all the time.
Well, it's 12:59.
We got 1 minute.
We got 1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the episode of Niagara 124.
Anything you want to take care of that we haven't mentioned yet?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I can't
Wii
even
tennis.
think of anything.
Just-
Wii tennis.
Yeah.
Oh man, when you got the Wii retreat sport package or whatever it was, where there was like archery,
Well,
and
that's-
there was like the
That
one,
was
the swords.
that one came after. You
Yeah.
needed the Wii Motion Plus for that.
Yeah,
one,
I had
didn't
the
you?
Wii Motion
I didn't.
Plus.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I would also like to.
And I would always win because when you do the sword fight, I just go and it would just like knock them right off the water. And I'd be like, haha.
Nintendo, like doing it like too soon, like breaking the game. They did it for everybody else did. Physical add-ons to their video games.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
theirs
Company
were
of the
done
future.
right.
Company of the
It's
future.
1 p.m., folks.
Wii Motion
It's time
Plus.
time to go for
Yes.
all of us here at Niagara 124. I'm Paul Blart Molcop.
I am Jose Estevez.
I'm John Cena. You can't
And
see me.
we're Niagara 124. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Bye.